Hey everybody, as you saw from the video just before this, belly numbers are matching, and the belly numbers are high enough to indicate with all definite probability that over 1,800 36 knuckleheads were made, which is new information. This is a real low 1,300 number, 37, which means it was made in September, maybe early October of 37. Definitely in, or 36 rather, definitely in the 36 model year. Excuse me on that. Production started in September for the next year. Remember that. We documented all that. With the exception of 1946, 45, certainly 46. Anyhow, standard production's in September. So we're going to kick this bike over. And I got this dash just sitting here, so we're going to take it off where I kick it. Don't want to drop it. It was unbolted when I got it, and it's a real tight fit with a little corrosion around it, so it's just sitting over here. I'm going to take a little up close around the bike for anybody who has missed the other videos. So this is what I can decipher about the machine. I have not yet tested for original paint. We're going to do that in this video here in a minute. And this is what I think. We're going to confirm my think in a second. I think the original paint is on the oil tank, the frame, and the fork. Don't think so on the dash. Don't think so on the tanks and the rear fender. I don't think so. I really doubt it. I think this bike was wrecked and found probably in a junkyard, because that's where they went. We have dents on both sides of the front fender. Or front fender, the front fork here, even dents. We have the step hub on the front, the right front brake. Get in and have a look. The right rockers. It's all the right front brake stuff, huh? With the steel drum. Follow? The whole motor, tranny, everything, oil tank, tanks. That's all 37. Except it's got 38, 39 heads with a 4-bolt main M5 carb. That's a pan head air cleaner. This is, while it's a narrow strap rear fender, it doesn't have the butterflies underneath, so it's a later production than this machine. It tells me the fenders were toast. It's got round floorboards. It tells me the square floorboards were toast. You follow me? It's missing the original muffler. Okay, but the way it's done and welded, it tells me the muffler was toast. They just made something work. Cheap. These are cheap bikes. Stupid cheap bikes. Who the fuck wanted an oil leaky piece of shit 61 in 1941 or 42 when you can buy yourself a brand new FL? Fuck yeah, power. And I think this was bobbed in the 41-42 season because it has 41-42 perch. You walk down the Harley, that's what you got. If it was done later, it wouldn't have this early perch. If you follow me, this dates the bobbing. And these are rebent bars. They have very obvious evidence of being rebent. So they took the stock bars and rebent them into this cool bobber shape. Right? So, grips wore out. So these are post-war grips that were cut down and put on. Grips wore out, just a wear item. Now, I haven't even tried this yet. And I cannot easily get the gas caps off on the right side, the left side. Yay, it's off. We're going to take some photos in a minute, so we'll throw some light at the bottom of the tank, see what that looks like. Pull this dash back off. Now, I was always told that this here gauge was a later post-war with the Harley-Davidson blah blah blah. So, I mean, a lot of shit happens in 80 years. Maybe it got replaced and maybe not. I don't know. I don't know. I know the trip meter was optional. So I'm going to take this bike over to my buddy Stan's, and he is already rebuilding basically the exact duplicate of this Speedo. and we're going to replace it at his place tomorrow and make a video. That way you can see how good Stan is, because it's going to come in real close. It won't be exact. Exact doesn't happen. But I want everybody to see on camera how good this man is. And he can rebuild your early gauges too. He has all the stuff for it. Okay? So that's that. Anyhow, let me go get our little meter here and test the paint. I'll be right back. So if you get one of these little meters, elcometer.com, they're about $600-700. And it doesn't tell you for sure it's original paint. What it tells you is for sure it's not. Because it tells you the depth. So if it's too thick, we know it's not Harley paint. Follow me? And always save them in storage with the batteries out, because the batteries corrode, and there goes your meter. So let's take the camera and we're going to find out what's what. Okay, we have an original paint rear leg, probably the front leg. Trying to get it in the thick areas. Possibly not. Definitely the rear leg is original paint. Not positive on the front leg. I'd have to get in here behind everything. Let's see about the frame here. We want some thick frame paint somewhere. Here we go. Thick frame paint. What do we got? Nope, frame is a repaint. Oil tank is a repaint. And of course we know the fender's been repainted. Wow. Look at that. Right tank is questionable. Could be. Could very well be. Come on. What just happened? Let me turn this off. Okay. The tanks just might be original paint, possibly. I would be shocked. I'd have to pull them off, do more investigation. The rear leg, I'd say, is original paint. The rest, no. So, the concept here is original paint or old paint from back in the day. And it's definitely old paint from back in the day. No questions there. So, no point in doing the dash. I already know the dash is a repaint. I'm going to show you why. See? Definitely repainted. It would never be that color underneath of it. It would have been black with some white around the lensing, and that's it. I've seen them all white. That's unusual. Just a little bit of white to help the speedo light shine. So that's that. Does have matching belly numbers, as you saw in the previous video. Now we're going to kick it over and show you that it does kick over. Transmission's loose and it kicks over. So remember, it's an as parked bike. The gas tanks were all loose, dash was loose. Somebody was fucking with it and had a problem, that's why it got sat. Hey. Nothing. It's moving at least. So the train is not completely frozen, but needs to be gone through. You don't know what you're going to find until you open it up. 71,000 miles. I'll be amazed if any of the training gears are good. That's a lot of miles. It's a lot of fucking miles. It's a lot of miles on a new bike. This thing's a 1937. So, it's still cool for what it is. It needs a frame-up rebuild. But it's a very cool bike. Like, oh my God, once in a lifetime find. So happy. So we'll see you guys in the next video, huh? So cool. Thanks for bringing it down, boys. Thank you. Bottom of my heart. I am so happy. Thank you.